we selected the main theme, the sub-themes, and invite scholars to join together to discuss in a panelization and in a sub-theme discussion that we have done here and in Vietnam. I mean, in the previous celebration here and in Vietnam, that is the way of the affair that have been done. Another aspect is a cultural one, ceremonial role we play. Culture is a way of life. This is a Buddhist culture based on the Buddha teaching. The Buddha teaching that is applied to the way of life not only in a ceremonial but also in good governance, in other matters of running or operating their affairs. So culture for some country is very important because you cannot talk about religious matter in that, for example, socialist country directly. What they want to do is to develop or preserve culture of the land. And the culture of the land of those Buddhist countries is labeled as Buddhist culture. So we support the government in socialist country or communist country to preserve Buddhist culture. And we label Buddhism there as engaged Buddhism. Get the point? Engaged Buddhism is the most appropriate in those lands because they want Buddhism to be applicable in this real life. How the teaching of the Buddha is relevant to the life in this world. That is what they focus. So in Vietnam, we heard a lot about engaged Buddhism in academic conference, in a paper presentation. In our Bangkok, Ho Chi Minh Declaration, we even admire Vietnam as the vibrant center of socially engaged Buddhism. In Europe and America, the relevance of the Buddha teaching there is in the scope of socially engaged Buddhism. You talk about interfaith dialogue there in Europe, America. Interfaith dialogue means we work with non-Buddhist organization, religious organization. We are not going to preach the Dhamma, Buddhist Dhamma to them. What we are going to do is to form projects of the same purpose. Project of shared purpose means how to deal with conflict, how to bring the resolution to the war, to the conflict, how to preserve our environment, how to achieve the sustainable development goals. These are the goals that we want to achieve, so we just cooperate with other faith. Faith-based organizations, FBOs, in spite of our difference in religious teachings, but our aims are the same, to improve and develop, to do the better thing for the world. So we forget our differences in religious teachings. We just cooperate and work with them in unity to achieve our goals. That is in the field of engaged Buddhism. that is in the field of international Buddhist seminar like this one. We support the cause of United Nations. We work for world peace. We work for education for all, etc. So how can we achieve that? That means we have to find the proper, appropriate teachings of the Buddha, appropriate to the situation and relevant to the situation. In the Pali term, we use the word Dhammanu Dhamma Patipatti. Dhammanu Dhamma Patipatti, meaning to practice the Buddha teachings that conducive to Dhamma, that is your aims, your goal. The big Dhamma, that is your goal, like Nirvana or Nibbana, that is the aim. And Anu Dhamma means the sub-heading of the Dhamma conducive to Nibbana. Bodhipakkhya Dhamma, a group of Dhamma leading to enlightenment, etc. If we aim at world peace, what kind of the Dhamma what kind of the practice that will lead us to that goal, peace in the world? How to apply mindfulness in the world curricula for all children to practice meditation, practice mindfulness, develop their mind, and achieve this sublime state of mind, etc. I think this is what we have been doing together in our Vesak movement, and it is emphasized in, say, Vietnam, and now we come to summarize or give the idea, remarks on what we have achieved so far. Recorded in Ho Chi Minh City Declaration. That is academic aspect that we have to focus on the Buddha teaching and be selective for the Dhamma and apply to the worldly affairs. What about cultural aspect? In Vietnam, the organizing committee of Vietnam invite the participants to join the lantern procession, floating of the lantern in a big pond. They made us walk about 1 kilometer for this purpose. What impressed us is the enthusiastic reception, participation of the public, the young, the youth, Vietnamese youth, joined the ceremony, worship the Buddha on the Vesak day. The government statistic indicated one night, one whole evening, 60,000 boys and girls, the Vietnamese, joined that ceremony. Whereas the Sangha mentioned about 100,000 participants. Anyway, quite amazing. That is a cultural aspect to worship the Buddha with single-minded participation. Quite impressive. So it is a way to preserve Buddhist culture. From there, they withdraw the participation of the young generation to Buddhism. Then, back to Thailand. We have two aspects. One is academic, that the way that we have invited you to present your ideas, views, and talk about Ho Chi Minh City Declaration, event interpretation, implementation, I come to the second point, cultural aspect. Ceremonial one. This aspect is to be accomplished after we close this meeting. We invite you on to join the big gathering at Buddha Monthon, Nakhon Pathom, for the candlelit procession to worship the Buddha on the Vesak Day. This is what our government would like you to join. Here, ICDV want you to join, and now you accomplish, you have shown your faith, you have shown your participation. But don't miss the opportunity to show your participation in the cultural aspects of Buddhist practice at Buddha Monthon. My colleague was surprised to see the morning gathering of our friends here. How was it possible, this preparation possible, when the president of ICDV spent most of the days in Vietnam? Who prepared this stage for the meeting at the UN Conference Center in UN ESCAP? Who? Not only the meeting place, transportation, your accommodation, your food, and the sequence of the events. Even the backdrop, beautiful. Someone is so surprised because I just arrived here last night, along with most of you here, who worked behind the scene. We have to express our gratitude to those who have prepared the stage for us. The event team of MCU, Mahachulalunkon Lavira University staff, led by Rector. So please give a big applause to them. I will take this opportunity to express my gratitude to the Supreme Sangha Council of Thailand for the blessing that they give to our ICDV, to express gratitude to the government of Thailand for providing financial support, without which this celebration would not have been possible. Please express your gratitude by a big applause. And last but not the least, we are grateful to the executive of UNESCAP for allowing to use this facility not only this year, for the last 20 years for our Vesak celebration. We are thankful to them. And above all, congratulate ourselves for continue celebration, and you managed to survive. How many days? Starting from Ho Chi Minh City up to here, someone gets sleepy, but still managed to be here. We should congratulate ourselves and express our happiness and joy for having been together, and thanks to all participants, starting from Vietnam up to here. Thank you very much. Hope to see you again next year in China. See you there. So please follow our MC suggestion how to go to Buddha Monthon. Thank you very much.
ขอกราบขอบพระคุณพระเดชพระคุณผู้เป็นประธานครับสำหรับการเดินทางไปพุทธมณฑลที่นั่นนะครับก็จะมีธรรมยาตราและก็ขบวนบุพชาติและที่สำคัญก็คือพิธีเจริญพระพุทธมนต์ถวายพระพรแด่พระบาทสมเด็จพระเจ้าอยู่หัวดังนั้นจึงขอกราบ